Welcome everybody. This is Arjun Kukunda from SS Multimedia. Today we will be learning about dividing two-digit numbers by one-digit number. Objective. Our objective for the day will be understanding how to divide two-digit numbers with a remainder. Warm-up. So first we're going to start off with a couple of warm-up questions. Our first problem is 15 divided by 3. So what we're going to do is 3 times blank equals 15. Well, that's easy. If you know your multiplication tables or you have a multiplication chart with you, you'll know that 3 times 5 equals 15. So our answer is 5. Now let's move on to the next question. So the next problem is 55 divided by 5. Well, 55 divided by 5. So what we're going to do here is we're going to divide by subtraction. If you don't know how to do that, please look at our past video. We'll link it in the description. So now what we're going to do is we're going to write 55 over here. So, sorry, the first 5 looks like a 6. I'm just going to redo that one. So 55. Now, what's the closest number you can think of that is equal to 55? I mean, that is almost 55. And that is and it has to be a multiple of 5. So, we all know that 5 times 10 is 50. So let's write 10 over here and then write 50 here. Now we're going to subtract. 5 minus 0 is 5, and then 5 minus 5 is 0. So our answer here is 5. Now, what is the closest number you can think of that is a multiple of 5 and is close to 5? Well, 5 times 1 is 5. So we're going to put 1 right here and then put a 5 here and then subtract. 5 minus 5 is 0. And we're done with this part of it. Now, we need to find the answer. You must be thinking, we got a 0. Is the answer 0? Well, no. That's why we wrote down 10 and 1 here. So what we got to do here is we are going to add 10 and 1. Well, 10 plus 1 is 11. So our answer equals 11. So let's start off with some problems. And make sure you have a multiplication chart or you know your multiplication table. So our first problem is 74 divided by 3. So what we are going to do here is we're going to divide. So we're just going to set it up like this. So 74, and do this, and write a 3 over here. But how does this help? Well, you'll learn in a few seconds. So what we're going to do is we're going to, now think about it like this. So 7. Now what is the closest number to 7 that is a multiple of 3? Well, 3 times 2 is 6. So what we're going to do is write a 2 over here and write a 6 here. And then we're going to subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1. So we're going to write a 1 here. And then we're going to bring the 4 down. So we're just going to bring it down here. You don't have to make an arrow. I just like doing it. It kind of helps. So what we're going to do is think about it like this now. 14. What is the closest number to 14 that is less than 14 and is a multiple of 3? Because obviously it has to be less than 14 for you to be able to subtract it. So now, 3 times 4 is 12. So we're going to write a 4 over here, and then 12 over here. And then we're going to subtract. 4 minus 2 is 2, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So we have a 2. Now, what is the closest number to 2 and less than 2 and is a multiple of 3? Well, that's not possible because 3 times 1 is 3. So unless you do 3 times 0, you won't be able to get anything less than 2. And if you keep doing 3 times 0, it'll just never end. So that's it. We're done right there. But you must be thinking, is this our answer? Are we done? Well, sort of. So what we're going to do is we're going to check our answer. So how do you do that? Well, so we got a 24. And usually when you get a quotient or an answer to a division problem, our answer times our dividend, our divisor, sorry, this is our dividend. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply our quotient and our dividend. Divisor, sorry, I keep getting those two mixed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply them. And usually when you multiply them, this should be your answer. Or you did it wrong. So let's check. 24 times 3. So 24 times 3, that's what we're doing. Let's set it up. 24 times 3. Okay, so 3 times 4 is 12, so 1 goes up here, 2 is here. 3 times 2 is 6, and then 6 plus 1 is 7, so our answer is 72. But we're not wrong, because we got a different answer though. We got 72, but we're supposed to get a 74. But we're not wrong. Why? Because after you do that, you're supposed to add this part of your problem. This is called your remainder. So we're going to add. So 72 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. And 7 has nothing to add, so it becomes 74. So our answer is 24 with the 2 left over. So we're just going to write remainder is 2. So Q quotient equals 24 and remainder R equals 2. Now, let's do our second problem. Our second problem is 58 divided by 3. So let's set it up. 58 is our dividend, so right there. And 3 is our divisor, so that's going to be outside. Now, let's start. Well, the closest number to 5 that is a multiple of 3 and is less than 5 is 3. So 3 times 1 equals 3. And then we're going to subtract. We get a 2, and then the 8 comes down. 28. The closest number to 28 that is less than 28 and is a multiple of 3, well, is 27. So, sorry about that. 9, 3 times 9 equals 27. So what we're going to do is we're going to subtract. 8 minus 7 is 1, and then 2 minus 2 is 0. So we got 1 as our remainder. So now, let's multiply to see if it's right. So 19 times 3. 3 times 9 is 27. So 2 up there, and 7 comes down. Okay, now 3 times 1 is 3, and then 3 plus 2 is 5, so we get a 5 over here. We got a 57, and we have a 1 here, so we're going to add. Plus 1 equals 58. we got the right answer. So our quotient equals 19 and our remainder equals 1. Now let's do one more problem. This time, it's a word problem. Don't worry, it's still just as easy. So what we're going to do is let's read the question first. James had 92 cans of vegetable soup, and he needed to give the same number of cans to 9 different restaurants. How many would go to each restaurant, and how many would be left? Well, let's underline or highlight, whichever one you prefer, to the points we need to use to find the answer. We know that James had 92 cans in total, and he needed to give the same number, so he's dividing, of cans to 9 different restaurants. How many would go to each restaurant? Let's highlight that. And how many would be left? So we're figuring out how many each restaurant would get and how many would be left. So, again, we're just going to divide. So first, let's transform or make a division problem out of this. So we know that we have 92 cans, and we are dividing it by 9 different restaurants. So divided by 9. So we're doing 92 divided by 9. So here, 92 divided by 9. This is going to be our workspace. So now, first we're going to set it up. So we're going to do 92, and then over here is going to be our 9. Sorry about that. I'm going to fix it. So that, and then 9. Okay. So now, we're going to divide. This time, because our dividend is 92, and it is pretty close to 9 times 10. So we don't have to do single digits this time. We can just go 9 times 10 equals 90. For the past ones, like this one, 74 divided by 3, we couldn't do that. Why? Because 3 times 10 is 30, and it's pretty less compared to 74. We couldn't do that for this one too, because 3 times 10 is again 30. But this time, it's not like that. It's pretty close, so that's why we're doing directly 9 times 10. So now, we're going to find a remainder. So 2 minus 0 is 2, and then 9 minus 9 is 0. So our remainder is 2. So now, let's multiply and see if we got the right answer. 10 times 9, that's easy, 90. And then 90 plus 2 is 2 plus 0 is 2, and then 9 plus nothing is 9. So we did it right. Our answer is 92 over here. So now we can't just write it in numbers. We're going to go back here. Then we're going to write it in words. Because how many would go to each restaurant? Well, let's see. We got a 10. So 10 would go to each restaurant. Let's write that down right here. 10 will go to each restaurant. Okay, next. Wait, what's the next question? How many would be left? Well, our remainder is 2, so wait, sorry. Okay. 2 will be left. That's our lesson for today. If this video helped you out, please like it and share it. And thank you so much for watching this video. Keep practicing and you'll perfect this method of doing. If you liked this video and it helped you out, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more educational videos.